Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Day of the Video Diary. How's it going today? Today, we're at work. We've got here 5 minutes early today. Don't know how. I think it's because the car didn't need de-icing or anything like that. And, yeah, we're here early. So, woke up this morning feeling refreshed, feeling ready for an exciting, productive week of work. That's what this week is down for. Last week, we had a week of busyness, socialising and relaxing. This week, we buckle down and we get some fucking work done. So woke up and headed on into work at the normal time. So now what I need to go and do at the moment is I need to go and do some Boy Scouting. I've just got to finish off a task that I've been doing. I'm going through and doing some extra testing around something that isn't tested yet. So I'm just going to write some unit tests and just like lock it down. Also a tiny little bit of refactoring to make it fit the current coding standards, because I know I just put in a code review and they'll be like, could you change this bit? And I'll be like, I didn't actually touch that bit, but yeah, of course I can. So I may as well just change it in advance, preemptively. To be fair, those kind of changes are quite simple. I don't see why people don't just do them, because like 9 times out of 10, people seem to complain about how there isn't much testing or the code base is written badly. But then whenever they want to write something else, they just kind of hack it on top of it instead of like doing it properly. And while obviously some things like that, the validator I was refactoring that had a crazy cyclomatic complexity, that was crazy to refactor and redo and make it nice. So not everything is valid for that, but things like the one I'm doing at the moment is just a simple thing that should be tested and isn't tested. No one else is going to test it, so I may as well test it, you know? But yeah, so that's what I'm currently doing. I'm going to try and get that done before stand-up, and I think just after stand-up I have my fire marshal training. I think it's only a like half morning. So it's only the morning I'm doing fire marshal training, so that'll be good. It's like split up the day a bit. And then I'll probably be picking up another Jura, another task for another thing to do, potentially. Failing that, I'll be dropping back to something else. I think we've actually got like we haven't got many tasks. There aren't enough, because they didn't realise just how many like fucking graduates they were just going to start launching onto the main core sprint stuff. But yeah, so that's the plan there. Otherwise, I am going to be figuring out why my fucking test runner doesn't work on my own project. That's my plan of attack for today. So, let us roll. Because of the fire marshal training, I might not have a lunch break. So, that could screw me a little bit, but we'll see. And ladies and gentlemen, I am home. It is 5:20 and I'm about to settle down to doing some little bit of programming. How's today been going for me? Today has been a pretty productive day. I've been feeling on it so far. Got in and spent about like an hour and a half before stand-up diving through some code, trying to just unit test some stuff, Boy Scouting some shiznies, making this thing better, even though, like, I think I've said this, I know for a fact that if I put in a code review, if a good code reviewer looks at it, they'll say, could you just address this? So I'm just addressing it beforehand. In short, and a bad code reviewer will just look at the bits that I've changed and not the entire class as a whole. So I'm going through, making sure everything's nice and fine and dandy. But I only got about an hour and a half on that. We had stand-up and then I had to go to do my fire marshal training, which was very noddy. It was very noddy compared to the first aid trainer session. I knew all of it before, but I have a dad who was a fireman, and I was like fully fire trained at a supermarket, which is arguably more complicated because there's people around that aren't employees. So I knew exactly what was going on there, but that was all good. We got to play with an extinguisher, which I haven't got to play with it. No, that's a lie. I did get to play with an extinguisher when I did my Duke of Edinburgh service, when I did the fire brigade there as well. Quite close ties to the fire brigade. And then in the afternoon, after lunch, I was then chasing down this code. I had to move something because there was like some private methods on this thing which were exactly duplicating some code somewhere else. So I moved it into this other thing and then extended it a little bit to make it work the way that I wanted it to. But that involved having to like just rip apart some stuff, make this thing public, make that thing private, get all the tests running. The nature of what it is that it's doing makes it quite difficult to like explicitly unit test, but I'm like testing like relatively large processes where it's going through and it's like this, it basically calls this method and goes, get me all of the things that do this, and then I'm going to delete them and deleting them isn't something that should happen on the thing that's getting me the stuff, because of like the other things that thing's doing. So I am trying my hardest to basically say, like, I've only got control of mocking the list that's coming back from that service, and then trying to test the deleting. And then if I've deleted it, then I also raise something else, and then yeah, so it gets quite difficult to separate, but I'm trying my best. And just before the end, I've got like the last little bit where it literally, like, it goes through, deletes everything, and then once it's deleted everything, it then raises something else which then gets returned, so I need to check that. If it doesn't delete anything, then it doesn't raise that other thing and it doesn't return it. So yeah, but the way that it deletes it is the finding thing basically returns null or empty, which it returns empty because it can't return null. But yeah, so that's that. It's good fun. I'm enjoying it. Just wandering around while I talk to you. It's the way I normally roll. Otherwise, came back, sorted out my daily vlog, realised I was a whole week behind on comments, which I wasn't aware of. So I went through all the comments, sorted all that out, and now it's time to do some programming. Day is back. We are now getting ready to go to Sainsbury's, but the traffic is atrocious. Well, there was a crash on the M32 today at some point, we don't know when, so we're just going to double check the route, figure out how long it takes. That's interesting. Oh wait, it's just rebooting by itself now. Come on. Fix yourself, Surface. I don't know what's wrong with you, but fix yourself. Yeah. I mean, I wanted to do some work, so hurry up about it. Yeah. Not a problem. What a beauty. I'm Jump, ladies and gentlemen. It's after 12 o'clock. I'm just about to head off to bed. To be honest with you, I have the energy to stay up a little bit longer, but I don't want to burn out. I've already done 2 hours and 15 minutes programming today. Basically from 10:30 till midnight, and then I did a bit after when I got back home from work. I didn't get my lunchtime. I feel like, yeah, if I jump in now and just do 1 hour, then tomorrow I'll feel the pain, because there's been like a significant number of days where I haven't stayed up this late and gone to bed this late. So I don't want to just kill myself off on the first day. We had dinner, yep, we went shopping. We drove up there and we bought Graham some more stuff. And one of that meant that they gave Graham, well, Graham wasn't there at the time, a Christmas cracker. And inside the Christmas cracker is like a pet-friendly Christmas cracker. There's a Christmas hat, which Graham has devoured. Well, not devoured, but torn apart and turned into bedding. And a little piece of paper with like a Christmas joke on it. So it was funny. And it's got like a little voucher in there as well for me. And she wasn't that bothered about it, so we put a treat in there and she just ripped it to shreds. We also bought her that little blue thing at the back there, which is basically a potty, but for hamsters. The thing is, recently she used to, right, inside, here we go, hamsters. She used to shit in a tube, which was relatively annoying because like sometimes they'd fall through the holes in the tube that she's supposed to breathe through. And she'd store her food there. Now, she still stores her food in the tube, but instead she shits in a bed. And it smells. Like, it stinks. Like, the problem is, like, she has like a semi-significant, like, I don't know if you've ever seen how much shit a hamster produces. It's quite remarkable. They have a lot of roughage in their life. She's in there, pooing, smelling out a house. And a house is made of wood, so it just soaks up at the smell. It's quite difficult to get rid of the smell of. She also wheeze at the bottom, in the bottom corners. Now what we've got is that, and our thought is either she wheezes in there. Here's one of several things. She wheezes and poos in there. Happy fucking birthday, we all win. She only wheezes in there, in which case, like, a wee corner is easier to clean up. Or, at the very least, she like scratches the sand inside it and it files down the nails. So that was our logic there. I'm seeing how it goes. Hopefully it works out quite well. But yeah, so we got that. We went shopping. We're doing quite a cheap week shop because Laura's out 2 nights of the week, which means I'm on my own 2 nights of the week to do programming. gonna get lots done this week, man, I've told you. And then on the other days we're going to the gym, and then Sunday we're having a takeaway. So yeah, we're having a relatively cheap week. We're just like using up all of our batches because we need like quick meals on all the nights. Or, well, when we're together we need quick meals, and when it's just me, I cook for just one. Yeah. Otherwise, I've been going through my test runner, trying to figure out why it won't run stuff. I've been, like, I just knew I'm in there, I'm ripping shit apart. It was giving me 0 discovered tests, 0 tests passing. I started ripping apart the compiler, passing it, like compiling it in a different way, trying to do all this, passing it this DLL, this DLL, this DLL, and this folder, trying to find everything that I can in order to help it align its way and try and give me some information. For some reason I wasn't able to debug things on my laptop, but I was able to do it on Atlas, and I figured out how, because I had just my code activated in Visual Studio, and now I've set it so that it will now debug external code, which basically means it will hit a breakpoint and then ask me to find the source file. So, found the source file, I went on GitHub, and I went back in time to the version that was on there when the NuGet packages were released. I'm now able to use those pieces of source code to step through the code. So I've made all this refactoring stuff. I'm now not getting any events coming out of it. It's just kind of like a black hole, like nothing's coming out at all. Don't know whether that's good or not. It might be going in and like actively pulling in things that it wasn't pulling in before, and that's what's causing it to infinite loop. I don't know, but it looks like something's infinite looping. I'm having this. Half of this problem is down to .NET, to be honest with you, because XUnit doesn't really support .NET very well, like in its core. Like it'll run it and stuff like that, but then you need like a specific NuGet package so that .NET tests can run, and it's like .NET test -XUnit or some shit like that, and it's old and out of date, and it's not compatible with the newest versions of the packages, which I'm happening to try to use to do the running of the code, which is like fucking me, to be quite frank. Because then, like, I'm not using the newest version. I'm like 3 pre-release versions behind, and like maybe there's a reason these things are old, right? There's now a better thing in there. It might work this time. So that's kind of annoying, but if I need to push my own NuGet packages, I can. But I am determined to figure out this problem. I've now set it up so I can step through and I can debug through. It's a bit of a pain in the arse, but I can do it. And I'm going to do that tomorrow, because I think I'm going to have to get in and just like pour through it, because it's not the case. It's quite difficult to put a breakpoint on external code and just hit that breakpoint. That's quite a pain in the arse. So instead I have to like step through, find the file, put it on, step through. So it's going to be fun. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, work as per usual. I should be able to, I should definitely easily finish off that thing before stand up in the morning. I think we've got a meeting about like how the business is doing, like a business progress meeting. About like top level business, just like the whole arc like thing, not just our department stuff, which should be interesting. I'm going to be stepping through this thing, debugging stuff, and then we're going to be coming back here. We're going to be going to the gym, having some dinner, all that good stuff. What are we having for dinner? Chili. Yeah, so right, cool. So yeah, I can get all those programming done tomorrow as well. Good stuff. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Wish Graham luck with a new potty train. Bit late now, she's like 1, nearly. But either way. Night night, Graham. Night night, guys. I'll catch you later.